Welcome to another bonus edition of Upon Further Review.
Upon further review,
And in this edition, we'll be talking about the Kansas City Chiefs at the Denver Broncos. And this Week 2 matchup will be happening on September 14th at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can catch that on your local CBS affiliates. The Chiefs lost a disappointing game to the Titans in Arrowhead, which is a rarity. And now they must go on the road to face the Broncos, who are riding high off of their win over the Colts on Sunday Night Football. Will the Chiefs be able to bounce back against Peyton Manning and the high-scoring offense of Denver? As he threw 3 touchdown passes in the first half against the Colts, all to Julius Thomas, who had a huge game. And he looks to have another big game, and the Broncos do too. As the Kansas City Chiefs' help is not on the way anytime soon. Alex Smith only had 202 yards last week, and he was actually the Chiefs' leading rusher with 36 yards, and that's very sad. Of course, that's partially due to the depth at running back, as they got some injuries, and even Jamal Charles is a little banged up going into the game. He only had 19 yards off of 7 carries on the ground, and only 4 yards or 15 yards off of 4 receptions in his catches. So for them to have any chance, Jamal Charles will have to have a monster game, and he's the guy they're going to be keying on. And the Denver Broncos defense has gotten much better as they have some big improvements in the offseason, even though they're still getting used to the things there in Denver. And that high stadium, it's a mile high, and the air is thin, as you saw DeMarcus Ware was, sucking for air. But I believe he'll be, more used to it as the season goes on. Every game, he'll get more used to it, and he is one of the best pass rushers in football. He definitely is having an effect for the Broncos. They also got Aqib Talib, who's a newcomer too. He came over from the Patriots. So that defense of Denver is going to shut down the Chiefs. And they shouldn't really have much of a problem shutting them down. This is an AFC West rivalry game, and they're going to play their best. But still, the Broncos just got too much talent on both sides of the ball. Peyton Manning should have another big game, multiple touchdowns. As it was last week, he actually threw for under 300 yards. He only had 269 yards, but of course, that was due in large part to the fact that they were up by so much that they just started running the ball in the second half. Monty Ball had only 67 yards off of 23 carries for an average of 2.9. Of course, he did his job. He was getting the clock to move. Every time you run the ball, the clock keeps on ticking, and that was his job in that game there. But he's going to have to pick up more positive yards. Of course, really the Broncos are looking to blow out the Chiefs. It's kind of a matter of just how much will they win by. Will it be a touchdown, 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns? This game could get very well out of hand. I mean, we might see one of the biggest blowouts of the season in this game. Don't be shocked if the Broncos win this one by 20-plus points. I'll tell you, either way, I wouldn't touch this one if I was a betting man, which I'm not, but I wouldn't just because of the fact of the spread. It's got to be out of control. And, I mean, they probably will cover, but either way, you never know. But Peyton should have a big game. The defense is going to cause some turnovers. It's really a matter of, will the Chiefs even get in the end zone against Denver? They might, because, they're going to be on the field because the Broncos offense doesn't take long to score. But either way, the Broncos win this one in a rout. That's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the show.